Hey bro, over the past few years, I went from starting my work, my tasks, and my homework for the day at literally around 6 to 7 p.m. because of how much of a procrastinator I was. And now I literally wake up at 5 a.m. every single day and start work within 1 minute of waking up. When I was in secondary school, I was a professional master procrastinator. I was world champion in the art of saying I'll do it an hour later. And so I always ended up working past the healthy bedtime, sacrificing my sleep, and feel like shit the next day. And like I'm trying to make this sound funny, but it's actually really not fucking funny. You know this, right? You procrastinate as well, right? You start work late, end work late, you sleep late, and you feel horrible every single day, right? And you go like brag to your friends like, oh, I slept at 1 a.m., I slept at 3 a.m. yesterday. That's not something to be fucking proud of, bro. I know how much life sucks if you live this way because I used to live this way as well. Then, through the internet, I was introduced to this concept of waking up earlier at 5 a.m., an hour before my normal day started, to spend an hour on work or doing a workout. At first, I woke up an hour earlier to go for a run and I felt fucking amazing. I think if there was anything that cured my mental health problems at the time, it was those runs at 5 a.m., which made me feel so fucking confident and like proud of myself. And also kind of inflated like my ego. But of course, I was very inconsistent in this. And I went back to waking up at 6 a.m. again because I needed to sleep well for the O-level exam period. A little more than a month ago, I started waking up at 5 a.m. again. So like, this title isn't that accurate. It should be I woke up at 5 a.m. for 40 days. And this time, I woke up and immediately, like 1 minute after waking up, without changing, without taking a piss, I just drank some water and I started scripting these videos for this YouTube channel. And I'm still doing that. I did it for the script that I'm reading right now. I did it today, like just now I literally scripted another video. And I've been extremely consistent in doing this. If you don't know me, my name is Isaac, and I got a raw L1R5 of 7 in my GC O-level exams, which basically means I got straight A's. I was able to do this because I've been on a self-development journey for the past year or so, and I made this channel to share my advice, strategies, and my wisdom with you so that you can easily get straight A's without sacrificing your happiness, without sacrificing your free time, your passions, and your health. This is quite a different video from what I usually make because I just really want to talk about the benefits of attacking the dawn, which is basically waking up an hour earlier than usual before school and before work. Because honestly, waking up at 5 a.m. every day has and is still completely changing my life. So, if you're interested, keep watching. Benefit number 1 of waking up at 5 a.m. Insane productivity. At 5 a.m., I've just woken up. No one else around me is awake. Everyone else is asleep. I haven't ate anything. I haven't done anything that requires like brain power since the day just started. I just woke up. So I can put all of those mental resources towards the one task that I'm doing for that hour. Since no one else is awake, it's like I'm in my own world that's isolated from everyone else. It really feels like for that 1 hour, I'm the only person in the entire world. So I have zero distractions in the morning. Let's compare that to say like doing work in the afternoon, which you probably do, right? So in the afternoon, you just had like several hours of school where you listen to your teacher ramble and yap about some shit you don't understand. And so your brain is like tired as fuck. And let's say you decide to like stay back in school to do work. Everyone around you is noisy as fuck. They're like playing video games, blasting like mainstream music. And like every 5 seconds you lose focus on your work. And then sometimes you decide to look at what they're doing and your friend says hi to you and then you end up chatting with your friends for a while, and suddenly you lose like 30 minutes of your fucking time. By the way, as someone who stays back in school to do work, your friends are the biggest distractions during that time when you're trying to work. Okay, let's say you go home instead to do work. You have like a 1 hour commute back home, your brain's already fucking tired, but when you get home your entire body is tired, and you try to take out your homework but do it, but you don't really even feel like doing it. You feel like you need a break. So you start scrolling on your phone, looking at WhatsApp, social media, or even like play video games. Do you think that when I wake up at 5 a.m., I'm gonna pick up my phone and look at WhatsApp and scroll on Instagram or play video games? Fuck no, right? For that 1 hour or so after I wake up, I'm in this sort of like work mode where I will literally just do work, drink water, and nothing else. There are some YouTubers who say they need days to script a single video. I only need 2 hours maximum. If you wake up an hour earlier, you will literally feel oddly like free. You'll feel some kind of freedom for that 1 hour. That 1 hour would be like an insane experience, especially if you get into a flow state. And you feel like so dissociated from your stress and your usual obligations during that 1 hour. It really feels like you've just had a 1 hour dream where you were productive as fuck. Except it wasn't a dream. You were productive as fuck. Because later in the day when you open up the laptop or you look at your school bag or your work desk or whatever, the work you've done is still there. Benefit 2. Massive confidence and mood boost. Bro, do you know why you aren't happy? I have a theory that, other than school and a shitty sleep schedule, the reason most people like you aren't happy is because of shame. There are so many sources of shame in the modern world. Whenever you have an unproductive day, you feel shame for what could have been. Whenever you play your video games or you look at social media or Netflix or whatever, you feel shame for doing something you shouldn't have. If you're socially awkward, whenever you have a conversation with someone, you feel shame because you messed up something or you're thinking like, I should have said this instead of that. I do believe a lot of negative emotions mostly just stem from some sort of event that makes you feel shame for your own actions. Because for example, if someone else makes fun of you, it's kind of like, who the fuck cares, right? Unless they make fun of a certain aspect of you that you genuinely think you might be lacking in, then you'll be very affected, because that's shame. A lot of mental health issues can just be linked back to shame and regret. Even for patients with like trauma, like PTSD, a lot of their negative emotions actually just come from the shame or regret of what they did or did not do during and or after a traumatic event. So, what does this have to do with waking up an hour earlier to do work or hit a workout? Let me ask you a question. What is the opposite of shame? Pride. And let me tell you, from my own experience, there's one emotion you will inevitably feel after waking up an hour earlier to do work or go for a run. Pride. At 6 a.m., I already finished insane amounts of work while everyone is just waking up. Now, whenever I go to school, I can't help but to like smile as the sun rises while surrounded by like my schoolmates who are sleep deprived and tired and just looking at their phones. When I used to go for a run before school, it would feel just fucking incredible. Like honestly, people should stop smoking and vaping and drinking and taking drugs. Like bro, just go for a run at 5 a.m. It probably feels so much better and it's healthy as well. So it's a win-win. I literally walked into school with a straight back and good posture for the first time in my life, because once again, I was surrounded by tired, sleep-deprived students who probably haven't even done anything productive today, and I had just gone for a fucking run. So obviously, I was extremely proud of myself. For once, I was actually kind of happy to be in school. Towards the end of my secondary school year, I went from this shy, introverted loser to this confident, very like social person who was always talking to people, and I would be smiling, just smiling like 24/7. I probably looked like I had autism or something, but no. I was literally just that happy every single hour of the day. Benefit 3. You get to make progress in what you love. Now, I mean, you could use that 1 hour before school to do schoolwork. That's completely fine and really productive. But if you woke up every day in the morning and you spend 1 hour on what you are passionate about, the progress you're gonna make in that area will be absolutely insane. You know, with people like Andrew Tate coming onto the scene, a lot of teenagers in school are thinking about starting a business whilst juggling school. This is how you do it. And of course, even if you're not keen on building a business, you probably do have a certain passion and you would really want it to be a future career. Like, I don't know, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's sports, maybe it's making YouTube videos, playing an instrument, anything really. There's like at least a few thousand different passions out there. Even if it's a weird niche passion, by all means, you can just spend that 1 hour doing that thing. And with the insane productivity and mental boost, you get more done. You have better performance, greater and faster progress in the area. Because let's be real, if you genuinely want your passion to be something you can do in the future, you have to start now. And you're not going to be putting a lot of effort into it in the late afternoon or the evening where your brain is freaking tired and you don't feel like doing shit. Let me tell you something I read quite recently. It inspired me, so maybe it will inspire you too. It's from this book, Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday. So there's this person named Toni Morrison who was very passionate about writing books, becoming a writer. But unfortunately, she was a black single mother in 1960s America with a full-time 9-to-5 job. And writing books, being an author at the time, was like an industry dominated by, well, white men. Okay, to be clear, I'm not trying to spread like political propaganda or anything. This is just what I read from the book, and I find it quite inspiring. And so Toni Morrison started doing the thing that I'm doing right now, which is attacking the dawn. Waking up an hour earlier before the sunrise, before she had to leave to go work at a job, before she had to take care of her children because her children haven't woken up yet. And she spent this time writing books. And because of this one habit, just this one habit of waking up early to do what she loved, she ended up becoming an extremely successful writer. She won the National Book Award, a Nobel Prize, and a Presidential Medal. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds impressive. So basically, because of this one habit, she was able to do what she loved and dominate all the white men in competition. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up now. And she was basically able to turn her passion into her career. And if she didn't wake up early every day to write, writing would have probably become another one of those dreams that she wished she could have achieved but never did anything to work towards them. You have a lot of those dreams, right? Are you gonna let your 80, 90-year-old self who's on his deathbed think, fuck, I should have pursued this one thing when I was in school instead of spending so much time on academics? Will you let him die with shame and regret that you've lived such an empty, unfulfilling life? Or will you let him die with peace, happiness, and absolute fulfillment? Students always say they're too busy, they have so much going on, they can't do this, they can't improve their sleep, they can't work on their interests. And I used to think that way as well. But I'm in JC, and I'm doing it every single fucking day. And also, do you think you're more busy than Toni Morrison, a single mother with a 9-to-5 job? There's no actionable step here, only a decision to make. Start waking up an hour earlier to do work or hit a workout, or don't. There's only one caveat, which is like try not to sacrifice your sleep to do this, because your sleep is quite important. I hope you found this video helpful. Please give me any criticism and feedback in the comments below. Criticize me as much as you can so that I can learn, and I wish you a good day.